Hi everyone, Barry here from Mitosu Crafts, and thank you for joining me today for the Stamp Around the UK video hop. So today's theme is Designer Series Paper, or DSP as I will refer to it throughout the video. And I'm going to be using the lovely Tasteful Touches stamp set along with the Tasteful Labels dies, and the Designer Series paper, the DSP I'm going to be using is the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So I'm going to show you that one in a second. The whole suite is on page 122 in the catalogue. Okay, so this is the one which I've decided to use for this lovely video hop. And it's got some gorgeous Designer Series papers down here, so there's lots of texture, so hence the name, In Good Taste, and tasteful, in Good Taste Designer Series paper. So it is, I'm going to go through and show you that in a moment, the Designer Series paper. It is absolutely lovely, so it coordinates lovely. So if you do like this one, it's on page 122 in the catalogue. You can either get the stamp set and the dies individually, or if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, buy them together as a bundle, and you get yourself 10% off. And what they also do as well is in the suite is that they also do the bundle, so you can buy absolutely everything together here with the bundle, the papers, the embossing folder, and the elements. So that's that, and there's a quick look at the stamp set. But as I mentioned at the beginning, the theme is Designer Series paper. So the main focus on my project today is going to be actually to make a gift card holder using Designer Series paper, and I'm going to make it into a shirt, so it's suitable for men. And it's also suitable for holding like these little credit card style gift cards. Depending on what paper you decide to use, you can turn it into a very feminine card if you want to, or you can turn it into a male depending on what you want. So this is very male orientated because this paper I think is very male orientated as well. So let's just take a quick look at this. We have, it's just stunning, it's beautiful. So we've got some really nice, they're photographic, some of them are photographic, so you've got some brickwork or some kind of stone, and then on the back you've got this nice grey. I really like this one here, and I think this would be really nice, just a normal background on something and just a simple sentiment on there. Job's done, really simple. And I've got a lot of wood in this as well, so that's one side, and then you've got some more stone that side there, another side of wood here, and some fabric, I think that is. It looks very yeah, it's a fabric picture on that one. Bit of acrylic paint by the looks of it on that one, with some tiles there, some more white acrylic paints, and some wood, kind of like tiles, laminate floor, very uneven laminate floor. You wouldn't want to walk on that. Another bit of fabric and some more tiling that side, some more wood and some more fabric, more wood. So you've got lots of wood in this. This is a lovely one, really nice. Again, you don't need much with this one. So lots of wood, as I was saying. So you can really make some good things. You can make some crates out of these. Some pink acrylic on the back there, some more fabric going on there, some tiling, and that one there. And this is the one which I'm going to be using for the project. Okay, so I've got this blue fabric and this pattern, some tiles on the back here as well. So that's the one which I'm going to be using. So you get a lot of Designer Series paper, and you get 2 of each sheet of these. So it's definitely going to go a long way with this. All right. So let's crack on with the project then, shall we? I'll just show you what we've got. So Tasteful Touches stamp set, and these are the Tasteful Labels dies, which coordinate with this suite as well. And that's what you get. Okay, and this is what they look like once they are all cut out. So there's some really nice good shapes on this one here as well, and it's got some nice stitching going on as well. It's a nice one here for a banner, so I'm going to be using this one and this one today. But you've got some other nice banners, these circles here with the scalloped edge, even with some nice stitching. And the ones which haven't got the stitching on it as well, there's a little emboss line in there. You might be able to pick that up on the camera, I think you can. And it just embosses a nice little line around it as well. So there's this is definitely becoming a bit of a go-to die set for us. for both of us, me and Jay. Have both been using this an awful lot because I think it's just a lovely, it's a lovely standalone set as well. It works with any stamp set because you can just put any bundle, you can put any sentiment or whatever you want image in those. So let's pop that back in. So good, so that's the stamp set which we're going to be using right there. And I would also be using the family party stamp set as well to put the sentiment and the relation on the front of the gift card. This is also a bit of a firm favourite of ours as well, with the numbers and this. So you'll see how I'm going to use that later on. So good. All right. So just quickly just go through inks. I'm going to be using Grey Granite, Rococo Rose, and Early Espresso. So these are all the colours which coordinate nicely with the pack. So if you're unfamiliar with it, on the packet, on the big white sheet inside your designer series paper, you get this little recipe list here at the front, which I called it, and it tells you all the colours which are coordinated within the pack. So if you're thinking, what colour is that? Always just look at the front, it tells you what it is. And then if you've got the coordinating ink, at least then you can match everything up perfectly. So these are the 3 colours which coordinate lovely with this set. So that's why I picked those 3 as well. I'm also going to be using some of the frosted and clear epoxy droplets as well to create the buttons at the end. So that's that. All right, so what you will need, just crack on. So what you're going to need, you're also going to need your trimmer, and you're going to want to cut your designer series paper down to 6 by 12 inches. So you just basically want to cut your paper in half. Again, think about your orientation on this. This is whatever way you cut it, this is how the card is going to be standing up. So if you've got a pattern which goes that way, you're going to want to then trim it so it's facing up. So just be aware of that one. So 6 by 12, cut that in half. So you'll be able to make 2 of these from 1 sheet of paper. All right. We still need to keep our trimmer, and we are going to be using the scoring element on this. So I'm just going to have a quick look at my notes here to make sure. So what we want to do is we want to score this at 1.5 inches from both sides. So line it up with 1.5, and we want to score it there. And then we want to then take it to 4.5 inches, and then we want to then score down there. Okay. Then what we want to do is we want to pop it onto the long edge, and we want to score this at 4 inches. Extend my ruler. 5.25 inches. 6.5 inches. And 11.25 inches. Right there. Okay, so you can probably see the score lines a little bit better on that side here, on the white side. That's the one. So I'll probably work on that side a little bit. So then what you want to do is you want to take this, I've got to remember, I've got just had a bit of a mark, I'm just reading my notes here, I've just gone a little bit blank. Okay, that's it. So I want to now mark this. So the bit which is the thin bit, this wants to go onto the right hand side. So the bit which is that thin bit which is scored there. So when we scored it at 11.25, keep this on this side because we want to be working on this panel over here now. What you want to do is grab yourself a pen. I've got myself a marker pen so you can see this clearly, but grab yourself a pencil or something which you'll be able to see through. And what you want to do is you want to mark this at 2.5 inches. So pop it back in your trimmer, and the trimmer has got this little line, this little track through here, so which is perfect. So you can pop a pen in, and you can then just mark it. So you've lined it up at 2.5 inches, and then you can just pop a little line. And this is going to be the inside of the card, which is why I'm not worrying too much about it being in pen. Okay, so mark it at 2.5 inches. So then what you want to do is you now want to line that pencil mark up, or that little mark which we've done over on this side here, and we want to score it to that corner of that score line here. So we're going to line this up in the track, and that score line goes onto that score line there, and down here. Grab your scorer and then score that through. And then you want to do exactly the same the other side. So mark to score line. I'll do it the other way around because I've got something to hold on to. So score line here to the mark, line those two up, and then score those bits there. Okay, so which is good. Now what we want to do, pop the trimmer to one side, and we just want to now fold this over like that. So we're folding those over those two long edges, and fold and burnish as we're going along. And those score lines which we've done there, which we've just done on the corners, which can now fold back on itself. And we will burnish that and burnish that. Okay, so good. So once we've done that, now what we want to do is we now need to fold over this. Well, I'll do the folding first actually. So we'll do the next mark. So you've got your score line, which is in the middle here. We want to fold it over. There's the first one, which is there. So on the first line, you want to fold over and fold and burnish. Then we want to then fold back on the second one, so like that, and burnish that. And then we want to then bring it back in again on that one and fold and burnish. So you've basically created yourself like a little mountain fold here. So you've gone over, you go over once, then back, and then up. All right. And then the one which you want to do next is you want to then grab this one, and that top line you then want to then fold over like so. And fold and burnish that one. So you've now got something which will look like that. So I think you can see it's now starting to take shape. What you want to do now is grab your trimmer back in again. And you need to, obviously, you want to be scoring through the two score lines, two pieces or quite a few pieces of paper. So when you do score it, make sure you push a little bit firmly just to make sure. And what you want to do is just grab your trimmer and you just want to line the center up with a number, okay? So I'm using the score line, so I'm going to use the 3-inch score line here, line, and I'm just going to line the center up. So that's at 2.5 and that's at 4.5. And I just want to pop a mark here at 1/2 inch from both sides. So if I've used a 3-inch mark here, I'm popping a pencil mark here at 2.5 inches and 3.5 inches. Okay, so that's how you want to do that one there. And then you want to then pop it back in your trimmer, and you want to then line it up with 2 inches. And you want to then pop a pencil mark here at 2 inches on both sides. Obviously, this is a very dark piece of paper, which I've actually decided to use, but 2 inches there and there. So we've lined the center up with 3, and we've marked it at 2.5 and 3.5. And then we've then marked it at 2 inches down from the fold line down and 2 inches down over here, okay? And then what you want to do is you then want to then use that mark. So I just need to find that mark a bit more. I need to make it a little bit more prominent for me on this one, because I'm using a very dark piece of paper. That's it. Just needs to make that a little bit. That's the one. I can see that a bit better now. And then what you want to do is you then want to then score from that line, that pencil mark there, to that 2 inch, that first mark at the top. So again, I just need to make that a bit more prominent here as well. Okay, so I can see there I've got a mark there and here and there. Okay, so I'm going to now score from that mark to that mark right there. So I'm just going to find it again. It's the light, I keep losing it in the light here. There we go, that one and that one. And because I'm going through 2 pieces of paper, I do just need to make sure I push firmly to be able to go through 2. So I'm going backwards and forwards on that one to make sure I've got a good line. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So that mark there to that mark down here. And push firmly. And that's that part done. Okay, so then what we want to do is we then fold that over like that, and fold that over like that, and that has now created our collar of our card. And then all we do now is we then pop that in. That goes in up like that, and then it folds down, and then it's enough. So you might just want to, if you're sending it, you're going to send it like that, but it goes in, tucks in, and then it will then stand up like so. So what we need to do now is we need to decorate this. So that's your gift card made with the designer series paper. So what we just need to do now is we just need to finish this off. We need to get this decorated a little bit. Okay, so I just need to manipulate it in there a little bit more. So good. All right, so I've already gone ahead and I've gone and pre-die cut my elements here. So I've got that one and I've got my banner right here. And all I'm going to do is I am going to stamp Brother here on this banner. So I'm just going to bring that in like that, and I am just going to centralize and stamp Brother down there. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, pop that to one side. So that's been done in the early espresso ink. All right, now I'm going to use the Rococo Rose. Okay, now you can use any other colour you want, depending on if the person doesn't mind you having pink in their card, or the Rococo Rose, but I think the Rococo Rose works nicely with this. So I'm just going to make sure I've got that round the right way, which I have, and I'm just going to put "You Are the Best" is going to go in the centre like that. Perfect. And then just to give it another element here, I'm just going to grab myself a bit of scrap paper, and I'm going to use a little bit of texture. So with the stamp set, and I'm going to use that in grey granite. Okay, and I'm going to do this in 2nd generation because 1st generation is still a little bit too dark. So grey granite, 1st generation, and then I'm just going to go over and I'm just going to then stamp this over. And I'm just going to put that in there, and we've just got a little bit of texture on the sentiment, so it just adds a little bit to it. Good. So that's all the stamping done. So it's really, really simple. And then what I want to do is the one thing I didn't grab myself is glue. Just bear with me. So I'm going to grab myself some glue. And I'm going to stick the sentiment to the inside of the card. Like that. Okay. And it's going to want to go in that area. Like so. So it's centralized in that shirt panel. And obviously by doing that now, that's now obviously going to now keep that part firmly stuck together. Okay. If you need to, you can grab yourself some glue dots, which will then go underneath all of that stuff just to hold that down if necessary, if you find it is flapping around too much, but I think that's okay. And the same, you can use some glue dots on these, on the wings over here, so on the sleeves, if you want to. Actually, I will do some glue dots. So let's grab some glue dots. Oh, I had everything I needed. So we do that, and we're just going to pop some a little glue dot underneath that wing there. That's going to hold that bit down, and one over here as well. That just holds that all down nicely. And we can just do exactly the same over here as well on these wings. Like that. And then they can then go in like that. And then that holds it. It gives it a little bit more rigidity on that one there, so it doesn't pop out. Okay, so with the decoration on the front here, so we've got the brother. Now, we decided when I was doing this, we figured that this was a little bit too large to go across. Now, obviously you can have it as large if you want to, but another way which you can make your sentiments go a little bit further is that you can just grab your scissors, and just by snipping this up in a straight line here, we can turn brother into bro, and we've now turned it into a little banner as well. So a tiny little banner like that. And I think that's going to then sit somewhere down the bottom, down here, I think. All right. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pop my epoxy droplets on this to create some buttons. So I do just need to, let's just construct it up again. Get that in the center, and we have some of the large ones, so I'm going to pop one at the top there. Grab another one, can go, so we can kind of like have it as a, and let's go with one of the small ones. Like that. Okay, and then just to finish off, I will take bro, and I'll grab one of the mini dimensionals here. So if you like anything you've seen us use, you can purchase any of these items from our online shop. So links to that can be found down below, along with the products which we've used here today as well can be found down below. So please head over to our online shop where you can buy this stuff. If you do purchase from us, please also remember to use the current host code as well. And by using that current host code, which can be found over on our website, you can then also get your, we will then be able to then send you a card and a little sampler of something free of charge. As a little thank you for buying with us next month as well. So be sure to use all of that. So online shop and current host code if you do purchase with us. Okay. And I reckon it can either go at the top there. I'm actually quite liking it. Or it can go down the bottom. I'm just going to just rest it there first before pushing it down. Like that. I quite like it down there. So let's just get that centralized, and then I'm just going to then feed that, push that down. So there we go. And that then is then perfect. So what you can do is you can then hide the gift card, can go over on that side, and then that will then go in like that. And there you have it. There is a card using purely designer series paper, so a few embellishments and some sentiments there to make a beautiful, well, I think a beautiful gift card holder suitable for men especially. Again, but use some floral paper, and you can be suitable for a female as well, depending on what they want. And you can personalize it to whatever colors. Okay, so that's my card. So thank you for watching this one here for the Stamp Around the UK video hop. And be sure to check the description down below and for current updates, and also to hop along with the rest of the guys on the hop as well. Links to everyone's hops can be found down below in the description. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Please leave us a comment. Thank you, and we will be back with you again very shortly. See you soon. Bye for now. Bye.